Come on, man.
Sorry.
God, let's move on. Boogie Fland. It might be nearing a decision. That's what a lot of the smoke is right here. I want to go to a Trilly Donovan tweet, and then there was an Andrew Slater response. By the way, Spider-Man meme, Trilly and Slater.
Streets are talking.
I'm just curious. Trilly has said there's some interesting dynamics with Indiana and Kentucky announcing some 4-year series of games. And they're also battling for Boogie Fland. Somebody asked Trilly to handicap the Indiana-Kentucky battle. And he has Indiana as a slight favorite. He has Indiana as a plus 135 favorite to land Boogie Fland, Kentucky at plus 140. Then Alabama is still in this. He has them a little further at plus 240. I generally love anytime Trilly like drops some little tidbits like this. Like, I believe strongly he's accurate. I think he's an elite insider, all of that, friend of the show, yada, yada. Andrew Slater quote tweets Trilly's odds to land Boogie Fland and says, "You're way off on one." Again, I'm kind of Spider-Man memeing this, but do you believe that he might be off on one? Like, is somebody out of this recruitment, either Indiana or Kentucky? I would assume that's who he's applying this to. Is somebody out of this more than Trilly is saying they are?
So I think if I'm quoting this correctly, Trilly had Indiana as the favorite, correct?
Slight favorite. Basically a
Like,
toss-up Indiana, Kentucky, lean Indiana ever so slightly.
like, okay, if I was handicapping this, and let this be known, one, I'm awful at handicapping. Two, Trilly definitely has more inside info than me. Three, your ability to nod very fastly when I said I'm not a good handicapper really vigorously threw me off to the point I was going to make, but I'm still going to get back on track here. I think that it's more of a lean towards Kentucky than it is towards Indiana, just because of this reason. In this is my reasoning on this. I think that Coach Cal actually has a very good track record, one with just guards in NBA. Credit to Indiana for what they did as far as getting like Jalen Hood-Schifino there. They're probably in the lead for guys like Liam McNeely right now. And they've had some good guards come through that program, don't get me wrong. But when you think guards that are really good and guards go to the NBA, like it's Kentucky. They're just on a different level. And I also think that Kentucky has a very good rapport with recruiting in Boogie Fland's area. Like, he's from the New York, New Jersey area. A lot of great guards have come to Kentucky from that area. I mean, DJ Wagner, New Jersey, guys like Isaiah Briscoe, New Jersey. They just got a good rapport at getting guys from there. So I would lean Kentucky on this one, and that's just me taking a shot in the dark guess. But I will say, if he does go to Indiana, I've said this in the Discord many of times, the level of I'll be on Indiana next year will be excruciatingly high. I will say that.
Yeah, we are approaching hours for Indiana basketball. If they were to land Liam McNeely and Boogie Fland back to back, things are going to get really interesting there quickly. Also, you are way better at knowing where players are from than I've ever given you credit for. That's a really special talent, truly. Like, you just like rattled that off on the fly. You were dropping how important that is earlier in the episode. I think you're right. And I think like you might be one of the best in the game at just like casually knowing where player, like, can I name a player and you tell me where they're from?
I could try.
Connor McCaffrey.
Iowa.
Okay, I just wanted to tee you up and see if you stumbled. Nolan Hickman.
Seattle, Washington.
It's crazy to me. How do you know all this?
Grassroots. Got to watch them.
Terrence Williams.
DeMatha.
This is absolutely wild. You're gonna know Michigan. We're gonna play this game more. Good job. I'm gonna flip this though. I don't think Kentucky would be my bet. If I could bet on Trilly's odds, I'm gonna take $100 out and I'm gonna put that on Indiana. I think there's buzz with the Hoosiers right now. I have no inside information. I don't have people feeding me this. This is a Greg Waddell gut play. And like, it feels to me, maybe this is just fan base buzz that means nothing. It feels like Indiana basketball has a lot more at stake with Boogie than Kentucky does. And Kentucky's in elite recruitments all the time. They're going to be fine. They're going to have good guards no matter what. Indiana feels like, oh, if we got Boogie, we're back. That's sort of where I'm at. Not to say they haven't been here, but like like you said, we're all taking Indiana so much more seriously if they get Boogie. And no offense to Liam McNeely, who a week ago I said is the most important recruiting win a Big Ten team's had in a very long time. Boogie would be the one to add to that turns everything from, oh, they're kind of good, like they got some momentum, to no, they're here. And I think that matters. Like, my read on this is Boogie has loved his visits, his trips to Bloomington, and all I've heard is positive things. And the fact that we now have an insider like Trilly giving a slight lean to Indiana, I think that's an implication and a sign that maybe it's a bigger lead than a slight lead here. And this could be imminent. That's my read on this. So, man, Candy Stripes could be back.
Yeah. And I know this involves players coming back, but in my head, a lineup next year of Boogie Fland, let's say Gabe Cupps as the other backcourt mate, Liam McNeely as the wing, and Baco as the 4, Renault at the 5. That's a disgusting team.
It is a disgusting team, 100%. There's only one thing that I would offer up to do differently. And if I am an assistant on Mike Woodson's staff, I'm already trying to like backdoor this. I'm in Boogie Ellis's DMs right now, telling him we're going to need you to fake an injury. We're going to need you to sit out this season.
We need a boogie backcourt.
We need a boogie backcourt, and we'll give you everything. Like, I don't care. We'll name Assembly Hall the Boogie Hall. Like,
see, now this has me pissed off that USC's not in this recruitment because you get me. Well, I want to see Isaiah Collier and Boogie, but you get me Boogie and USC and Galen Center.
Do you know how much money we would collectively bet on whoever had Boogie with the national title?
People are coming looking for stats of how USC plays against zone and how they are on the road on night games. We're like, I mean, their backcourt is Boogie.
It's incredible.
Also, if we're going to the NASDAQ, Boogie Ellis and Boogie Fland.
Yeah. Can't happen though. If Boogie Ellis plays this season, it can't happen. So
please go to Kentucky, Boogie Fland. Please.
All right.